I'm Trevor, and I'd like to share with you how I went from nothing to a $1 billion product idea in 3 months. During those 3 months, I began a program of intensive treatment, um, mental health treatment, group therapy, or alternative ways to think about it. And during the course of the program, I learned about myself, that what I had been experiencing for the past 15-ish years were varying degrees of chronic autistic burnout. I was identified as an autistic individual with ADHD in November of 2024. The process of coming to terms with what autism means, what masking is, what unmasking is, recovery from burnout, rejection of ableism, internalized, is difficult. And there are not a lot of resources available, not none, but not a lot, and not comprehensive, I would say, resources for dealing with that, especially as a late diagnosed individual. Going through the process kind of forced me to develop some of my own resources and to think in new ways. And I think that those can be helpful for people, and I want to share that and see if you might also discover that there is substantial value within you as well. The concepts and practices that I'm going to talk about are not easy. They're not for everyone. Neurotypical, neurodivergent, however you want to describe it. But if you want to learn how I've thought about reframing difficult problems to unlocking huge billion-dollar value, keep watching. My motives for starting this project, which goes beyond this video, and we'll talk about later the name Harmon-E-Poch. My motives for starting Harmon-E-Poch, I suppose I have three written down. One, I deserve a sustainable and peaceful life under capitalism, and as near as I can figure, a viral publicity stunt that drives even moderate traffic to a website selling art prints and potentially originals is the best way to manifest that now as I reach the end of my 12 weeks of leave in my state. 2, at one time, I had committed myself to not having children. I went so far as to tell my parents together with my wife that we weren't going to have kids because of climate change, and that there didn't seem like there'd be anywhere for them to live, maybe for the beginning of their life, but probably not by the end. In some ways, fortunately, mostly fortunately, I changed my mind. I have an electric kaleidoscope of a son. But before deciding to try to have him, I promised myself and future him that I would do what I could to ensure that the world would still be here for his lifespan at least. That was 6 years ago. I worked as hard as I could to make something of myself so that I would have the opportunity. and I never accomplished anything as far as climate change. Or any other major problem. I suppose I got some beneficial, non-binding precedent for insurance companies as an insurance defense litigator. It's not nothing. This project is not perfect. It is a work in progress. But I want to share my ideas with the world before I'm dead, or we all are. 3, I feel I've benefited personally if not in terms of relationships so much, or money, or anything that might be measurable under capitalism, but internally I've gained a lot, and I have some ideas, and I do have a $1 billion product idea that I am going to share in this video. But I've benefited from the knowledge in this video probably more than I ever will from the product idea, and my hope is that others might as well. What I'm going to talk about was very hard earned. I hope others can use it without so much strife, because it is very precious to me. Some notes. I don't know everything, obviously. That would be quite an accomplishment. And everything I'm going to talk about is in flux, it's in development. Some of these ideas date back almost 10 years. Some of them are inspired by things that I've encountered throughout my life at various times. But I can't wait until it's done, or I know it's perfect, to share it. And it can't be done or perfect without sharing it, because a major part of it is about engagement with the community. And so what that means is I need you to let me know what you think about these ideas. You can comment, or better yet, I'd love to see reaction videos. Link back, #Harmon-E-Poch. 2, I want to acknowledge that this project would not have come to existence had I not shown my son a piece of art that I made to express how I was feeling. And his reaction was to ask his mother to let me know that he thought I needed some space to heal. And he was right. And in that space, this project came together. So I'd like to thank him, and I'd like to thank my soon-to-be ex-wife for allowing me the space to bring all the loose ends together to make this project happen. I found the concept difficult to organize and script. You can see I have notes. I'm almost at the end of my organized notes. Then I have definitions, words. A glossary might seem boring. That's at first how I thought of this video, or one way that I've thought about this video would be just to make a glossary to start with. But I don't know how to organize it, so I don't know how to break it up. I'm gonna try and film it all together in one take, and not edit it other than the beginning part where I don't have a remote, or I lost it, so I had to walk to my seat. In any case, there's going to be improv is what I'm trying to say, and I don't know how long it's going to be or exactly what I'm going to talk about in detail in some cases.